What's up, everybody? Today we are taking a look at my Nintendo GameCube game collection. We are starting off with a not so great game. This is Universal Studios Theme Park Adventure. And this is one of the very first games that came out for the GameCube. 2001 right there. And it's supposed to be like you're a kid at the park going to all the different attractions that Universal Studios has. I will be doing a full rundown of this entire game in a future video. So a fun fact about this game is the park that you are in is based off of the Universal Studios theme park that is in Japan. So anyways, this is a game I always wanted as a kid, and I wound up buying it recently and playing it and realizing, yeah, I could have went without ever buying this game and playing with it. Next, we have Batman Begins. Fear is your weapon. I'm sure it's not the greatest Batman game out there. I haven't played this one, actually. This was given to me recently. And, yeah, maybe I will crack into it at some point. Next is another game that I want to play just for this channel to know what it is exactly about. It is the Polar Express. Got it for $8 at Vintage Stock. It's a place in the mall. And hopefully it's good. I don't know. It's made by THQ. That's neither a good or bad sign, but you play along with the characters from the film, explore the North Pole, and play rhythm games. Next is a classic game, Animal Crossing. Yep, I still have the thing. I bought it used for $40, which I kicked myself in the butt ever since, because if you bought this new, you would get a memory card that had a special present on the card, which I think was like a Nintendo game, a vintage one, that you could actually play within the game Animal Crossing. That's what was cool about this version, is that there were legit NES games on here, like full games. Like, it was worth having this game just to play the 15 games that were on this. Like, original Donkey Kong, Mario Brothers, like all of that was on here. But, yeah, this is a great game. So much time put into this game. I turned a lot of my friends onto Animal Crossing through this game. And, yeah, I have the memory card for it, but buying it used, the memory card was wiped out. So the special present wasn't on there. But anyways, here is Spider-Man. Spider-Man. And we have a memory card on here by a third party. And there is that. Here we have Hunter the Reckoning from the old classic EB Games. If anybody remembers EB Games, GameStop bought out EB Games. But there was a point where EB Games and GameStop existed side by side. It was probably because GameStop owned it, but they didn't want to change it over just yet. So I remember walking into a GameStop and then walking across the mall, right across, and going into an EB Games. It's kind of weird how both stores existed. I remember playing it a little bit. I got bored with it pretty quick, but yeah. Here we have Dave Mirra, Freestyle BMX 2. I played the hell out of this game quite a bit. Additional levels. I didn't realize that. Super high-res graphics. And yeah, oh, there's my memory card. Didn't looking for that. But yeah, the soundtrack on here was great too. Gangstar Moment of Truth was on this. This game turned me onto that track, which is a really great song. But yeah, fun game. Love this one. Now this is the game I got for Christmas when we got the GameCube for Christmas. So got the GameCube, got an extra controller, and then got this game to play along with it. All-Star Baseball 2002. I think, is that Derek Jeter? I think that's Derek Jeter. But yeah, all the stars. That's where they play, right there. So much time spent playing this one. Hitman Silent Assassin. I remember playing this just all the time, turning the volume down on it and playing Tattoo, T-A-T-U, the Russian chick duo. I would listen to Tattoo 200 kilometers in the wrong lane and just play this on the weekends as a teenager. here is the game that got me into the Harvest Moon franchise. Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. I would always marry Celia right here. That was my girl. This was like the tomboy, and this was just like the bombshell blonde that would always be hanging out at the bar. And she would just be wandering around. And Celia would be tending and helping out her family's farm. So that seemed to be the most wholesome for me. And yeah, that was always my girl. But this is a farming simulator. You know, build your own farm, and yeah, okay. Here we have Super Smash Bros. Melee. Yeah, such a great game as well. The classic. You gotta have this no matter what. So we have a few other games up in here. We have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Freedom Fighters was so good as well. And yeah, there's the actual game. I think if I'm not mistaken, our dog chewed on the disc, and I don't think this works anymore. Yeah, right there. There's a little bite mark into it. Damn dog. Next, we've got the remake to Resident Evil, and at this time it was a weird time because Nintendo was able to like sell all of the Resident Evil games that were originally on PlayStation or whatever, and that is when it says right here only for Nintendo GameCube. That means the remake, this version in particular, was only for Nintendo GameCube. So don't get it twisted. Yes, Resident Evil existed on PlayStation, just not this particular version. Because as you see here, explore new areas, estate rooms, secret lairs, graveyards, and all that. It's a 2-discer, so there you go. Doubler, a little doubler. Okay, I don't know how this game exists on such a wholesome gaming system, but here's BMX Triple X, and the things that you could do in this game will shock you. Let's just say right here, as you see, nudity is in here, and there is literally some nudity in here. And needless to say, just as a teenager, I definitely appreciated this game quite a bit. Next up, we got Dragon Ball Z Sagas, and I never really played this game. It was gifted to me, but I just never played it. It kind of looks cool, so maybe I'll give it a shot sometime. Next is Pac-Man Verse and Pac-Man World 2. It's a little double edition game here, and yeah, I was gifted this, and I haven't played it yet. It kind of looks interesting. May break it out at some point. Next is True Crime Streets of LA. This game was actually really good. It was like basically a Grand Theft Auto ripoff, and they did make a second one, Streets of New York City, but this one you played as a cop and you would commandeer cars. That was the way. You didn't steal cars, you would just go and say, get out of the car, I'm a cop, I gotta use your vehicle, and you would drive around the streets of LA. It was a very big map, and it was, yeah, just very cool at the time. So if you had a GameCube and you didn't have a PlayStation 2 and you wanted to play Grand Theft Auto, this was the next best thing. Alright, next up, this is NASCAR Thunder 2003. I never played this game. It was gifted to me. I don't know if you could fight in it, or... I mean, I guess if I am just truly bored, I'll play this, but... I don't know. There you go. Here is Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. I've never played this one either. It looks like a fighting game, I guess. Yeah. Alright, there's that. Here's Need for Speed Underground. I never really cared too much about racing games. Here's Need for Speed Carbon. Once again, never really cared. And here is Madden 07. Once again, yeah, I never played that. Here is Shrek 2. I never played this one either, but a lot of people really love Shrek out there, and I'm sure this is a hit regardless. Here we have a Stone Cold classic. I remember playing this on the demo TV system at Walmart when it first came out, and I was addicted. I really do love this game. I'm ready to jump back into it. Luigi's Mansion. It is basically one of the very first games for the GameCube, and it's a rather short game, but the sequels are a bit longer. But for what it is, yeah, it really did break new boundaries because it was Luigi. Luigi never really had his own game until then, and yeah, it's good. Next, we have Sonic Mega Collection, 7 great hits, and it has all of them. 1, 2, 3. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Beam Machine, Sonic Spinball, Sonic 3D Blast, and Sonic and Knuckles. And there are more games, unlockable games and secrets. A whole lot more put right into this very game. This is Shadow the Hedgehog. I've never played this one. Once again, this is gifted to me from another dude, real cool dude, but never played it yet. Here's another game that was just given to me. It's Power Rangers Dino Thunder. I never played this one. It looks like maybe a racing game or something, but yeah, I never played it. Alright, here is 007 Everything and Nothing. It is a game that is not based off of a James Bond film. It's just its own thing just to sell a game, its own story, and it was actually pretty decent. Here is an amazing game, WWE Day of Reckoning. The create a superstar in here was so great. I had so many funny moments playing as myself in this game. And look right there, there are bra and panties matches. Bra and panties matches, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, next up we have Medal of Honor Rising Sun. It's about Pearl Harbor. I never really played this game that much, so yeah. Next is, once again, a Nintendo GameCube exclusive, and it was a true exclusive, meaning this wasn't a remake from something else. It was specifically made only for the GameCube. It's Resident Evil 0, and a lot of this game takes place on a train, as far as I remember, and I loved this game so much. Yeah, for some reason, this is one of my favorites. Next, we've got Midway Arcade Treasures 2. And there are so many great games on this one. Mortal Kombat 2, 3, Gauntlet 2. The one game me and my friends played a lot of was Total Carnage. And there was this teaser to where if you collected this amount of stuff and, you know, got all of the villains and all that, you were able to go to the Pleasure Dome at the very end. And we would spend so many hours trying to make it to the Pleasure Dome. And we never did make it. I think it was fake. But, yeah, there is no disc in it because I think a long time ago I left the disc at my friend's house and he was never nice enough to give it back to me. He just kind of kept it. But, yeah, Rampage World Tour is on it. This is just for that game alone is worth it. Next up we have The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and the Master Quest version. This is an exclusive. I don't know how I wound up getting this, but it was like you got it through a pre-order or something. But regardless, yeah, this is a really good one. If you just want to play Ocarina of Time on the GameCube, this is how you could do it. And the Master Quest as well, because this was a like a remix of a lot of the dungeons to make things more challenging for people that were bored of playing this version. You could really test your skills with that one. So this is how you could play the Master Quest. And the final game that I got is yet another collector's style Zelda GameCube exclusive. I think this was from ordering Wind Waker or something. You pre-ordered it, you would get this for free. And yeah, so you would get 4 of the previous Zelda games: Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, all on one GameCube disc. Now that is one hell of a game. So yeah, this is, I think like a long time ago I saw this at a GameStop and they were charging $100 for it. I'm sure it's a lot more expensive now, but yeah, there you go. And that is it. That is my collection of Nintendo GameCube games. Thank you guys for watching. I am DJ Glowing Ice, and I will see you next time. Peace out.